Reed Sheats. I'm a structural engineer and I graduated from Winder-Barrow High School in 1994. So I went to Winder Elementary School and attended it from the first grade to the sixth grade. At that point, the county added a second middle school, Russell Middle School. So I stayed at the same building and went to Russell Middle School for 7th and 8th grade. Then I attended Winder-Barrow High School for 9th through 12th. My parents both attended Winder-Barrow High School back in the 1960s, and Holsonbeck School, Matthews School, other county schools before that. My grandparents, my father's mother, was the teacher of the year at Matthews School for Barrett County back in 1956, and my grandfather on my mother's side attended Holsonbeck as a child. So my roots in Barrett County schools go back generations. Since my wife and I relocated here, which was shortly after we started our careers, we had children and they both attend Barrett County schools. My oldest son is a 7th grader at Bear Creek Middle School, and my youngest son is a 1st grader at Holsonbeck Elementary School. I was at Winder-Barrow High School in the early 1990s. I was valedictorian of the 1994 class, was also star student. I participated in a number of extracurricular activities, played soccer, and was in the Interact Club and other academic and social clubs. I had good friends that I made in high school, many of whom I still keep in touch with. So the whole experience was very positive for me, and I was able, I felt like, to become a well-rounded person because of those experiences. Winder-Barrow High School prepared me for life after high school by both getting me ready academically for Georgia Tech, but also getting me ready as a person and socially and in interactions with other people. Really, I was fortunate in that I had teachers in science, math, English, and social studies that I felt like really knew their subject and helped educate me in their subject, and also taught me how to learn, how to study, skills that would help me in college and in the real world. I felt like I was lucky in that I had parents that cared about me, a good community that I grew up in here in Winder, and then a good school system that challenged me academically and helped me reach my full potential. I went to college at Georgia Tech in Atlanta. It was the first time that I had lived anywhere but Winder, and I made that decision because of Tech's reputation as a very good engineering school and my love for math and science that I had had since a young age. Education is very important to having a successful and fulfilling life. It enables you to make your own decisions about where you want to work and who you want to work for and what kind of career and job you want. And without education, your options are very, very limited, and you back yourself into a corner. The other benefit of education is the soft skills that it promotes in you, both the communication skills, the writing skills, as well as learning how to deal with people from various walks of life. All those skills you will need in the real world. After I graduated from Georgia Tech, I took a job in Athens with a architectural and engineering firm. I stayed at Georgia Tech for 6 years to obtain my master's, which is a prerequisite nowadays for most engineering fields. After working in Athens for about 6 years for the engineering and architectural firm, I decided it was time to start my own business. So I started my company in Winder, which is where I had grown up, and have been there for the last 11 years. I'm currently president of Sheats Structural Consulting, which is a very small company that does structural engineering work, designing and developing remediations for existing and new buildings. As an engineer, I work with a lot of different people. I work with builders and architects and other engineers and draftsmen, and I can tell you that almost all of those people have at least a high school degree. Many of them have a college degree, and a lot of them have even a graduate school degree. and that's even in the construction industry. So the advantage of having that education is just the doors that it will open for you in any field that you choose. The only thing I would like to add is that I still have many of the same friends that I had even from my elementary school days. We still keep in touch. Many of them are successful in other communities. Some of them are successful in this community, both professionally, personally, as leaders. And even the classmates that I haven't kept in close touch with, I'll still run into people in the community all the time that we remember each other from elementary school or from middle school or from high school. So I think the camaraderie and the community spirit here is very strong, and I feel lucky to have gone to school with so many good people and to have gotten the education that I did here in Barrett County.